Easter, a familiar holiday, but one that often takes the back seat. A footnote in an otherwise uneventful day in April, where we expect a treat.
Some sweet chocolate in the shape of a bunny, while little kids trying to find painted eggs. The whole scene's so absurd. It's kind of funny.
But what if I told you that Easter is arguably the most important holiday? And if its events are true, then everything else in life it'll completely outweigh. The fabric of reality transformed in a single day.
So what is Easter?
Easter Sunday, but we gotta rewind the time to Good Friday. It's called good, but at the moment it was despair. When Jesus was killed on a cross, the pain suffered one cannot compare.
A day filled with mourning and grief, where the disciples wept and sat in disbelief.
The teacher, their rabbi, endlessly lashed, his body beaten and broken like glass.
And with his last breaths extinguished, Jesus cried out his last words, "It is finished."
And so it was done. All hope was lost, and death has won.
Jesus was just another man with lofty plans, now dead and buried, and humanity still trapped in sin's demands.
Is that really it? The supposed messianic king who's come to bring liberty is not who he seemed to be? And then Friday passed, and then Saturday and Sunday. But wait.
On Easter Sunday, 3 women go to Jesus' grave and come back proclaiming that he is risen.
They discover the empty grave and make no mistake. At this moment, time and daybreak, if Jesus truly rose from the grave, that means we are no longer enslaved
to sin and have to carry its weight on our shoulders because a dead man rose and moved that boulder to conquer the very thing that separates us from God, which is death itself, and God in Christ decides to do this himself.
It now makes sense why Friday was called good.
by Jesus' death on the cross of wood.
He was saying, I'm not done yet. I came to fulfill every single debt.
He didn't want you or I to forget.
He chose the hardest choice.
So why be sad? Why not rejoice?
Rejoice, for he is risen. You no longer have to be held captive in your own sin prison. So rise up from every shackle and rise up from every chain, because the blood of Christ is pumping through your veins, and one thing remains. It's not about what Jesus did, it's about what Jesus has done.
We're living in a story of victory, and hope is regained, death has lost, and good has won. If Easter is true, then who Jesus claimed to be, the Son of God, is true.
Hope is regained, death has lost, and good has won.
If Easter is true, then we live in the reality of love that's freely given yet infinitely costly.
If Easter is true, then we have hope for this life and all of eternity.
By Christ in us, the hope of glory.